Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hype, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, and welcome back to the Baseball Hype. Hopefully you like this video and hit that subscribe button. Watching this Met game tonight, it sort of occurred to me, I think we're kind of seeing this sort of this turnaround of this team and a turnaround of what we've been watching. I was going through the numbers before, and I'm big numbers guys. I talked about, if you watch my videos on a regular basis, I always talk about what the numbers are from the first half, the second half, and what that means for the next season. We can go back a little bit to 2025. They had excellent first 2 months. They were the best team in baseball, but then they just sort of deteriorated. And they were one of the worst teams in baseball from June on, really from June on last year up until we got to the All-Star break, where after 81 games, they were the worst team in baseball. This year they were, well, right now they're 14 games in the 500. Now you look at that on the surface, that's pretty bad. But since game 81, this is when they got rid of Mendoza. And I think the big mistake that well, first of all, they made a couple of mistakes with Mendoza. Okay, one, they should have fired him after the last season, gotten rid of him, and just moved on, because you didn't want him hanging over, the question of what we're going to do with Mendoza. If you can get rid of the entire coaching staff, you get rid of Mendoza too. You're going to get rid of everybody. There's no reason to hold on to him. Because you got to ask yourself this question, which I asked. If the team gets off to a slow start this year, then you're going to be forced to fire him. Okay, they bring him back. That's the first mistake. Then the second mistake, second one, they did not fire him in April, which is what they should have done when they were in the middle of that 12-game losing streak. Two other teams did the opposite. They fired their managers. The Phillies fired Rob Thompson. They hired Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. And, of course, the Red Sox fired Alex Cora. And since then, those two teams have played really well. The Red Sox are going to be... Sorry about that. Sometimes you have a flutter when you do a video. But the Red Sox have played really well. They're in the middle of the hunt. In the middle of the race. They have one of the wild cards right now. They played really well, even though they've lost a few games lately. They played great. We saw them at the end of right before the All-Star break, how great they were. But Mets did not fire Mendoza, and they sort of dragged this out. The two things hanging over this team, really since the end of April, was Mendoza's status and the status of a lot of these free agent players that were here. Now, since the trade deadline, the Mets are 8-3. And they have so many changes. They've had so many changes to the team. They are a different team now. Okay, different bullpen, just a different group. Now, obviously, Soto's not back yet, and but he'll be back hopefully before the end of the season. But the point is that looking at the team now, from where they were since game 81, the Mets are 21-22. They're one game better, one game under 500, and because they're one game under 500, there is a marked improvement with the way they've been playing. A lot more energy, a lot more sense of urgency. I think some of these new guys coming in that never played baseball have really energized this team. Jeffrey Yan has just absolutely energized this group. The first game he pitched, he energized this team. He said after the game on Saturday that... when he went in the dugout, he was telling the guys, we're going to win this game. Ninth inning, we're going to win this game. We're going to get this game. And they did. They wanted a walk-off. Obviously, the bad bullpen they went up against. But that was key, folks. You need guys that are high-energy guys. And that's the one thing we noticed about this group coming into the season. The energy wasn't there, okay? That's the one thing. And Mendoza didn't have it either. It was not this rah-rah thing. And obviously, Yan does it. And Yan pitched really well today on Saturday against the Nationals. A very good lineup. Now, we've seen some good things here over the last 2 months, really, since game 81. Shomanaya has pitched much better. He's thrown much harder. He got a little unlucky because he gave up that home run. The house hit off the foul pole. It didn't look like it was going to hit the foul pole. He ended up. I thought it was going to go foul, but stayed straight enough to hit the pole. McLean has pitched pretty well after that little dip after his first push to the season. He's got about six, 7 more starts left in his season. I want to see him finish out the season strong. He's pitched really well. Same thing with Christian Scott. I don't know if he's going to be on a pitch limit or an innings limit with him, but he's looked really good. Zach Thornton's been really good, excellent. And that's really the big deal. Big thing is the pitching. Where the Mets are in terms of their pitching. And that cannot be sort of forgotten about. Because obviously the pitching's been very bad here. And that's really what's hurt them, just the overall big picture. That's what hurt them last year in the big picture. The little picture of last year obviously was something that didn't happen today. And that's a comeback in the ninth inning. They didn't have that last year. One time. It tells you how weird last season was. And of course they have this young outfield with Benj and Ewing out there. I hope to God the delicate genius David Stearns does not bring back, doesn't opt into the team opt in with Robert. Robert stinks. It's terrible. Get him out of here. Ship him off to the Phantom Zone. Kick him out of here. Get the catapult. Get him out of here. And obviously Soto coming back next year, fully healthy. The Mets will be in great shape. Again, I will suggest the Mets put him at first. It not only does it increase and replace the offense you lose at first that you lost with Pete, but it also increases it. And it gets him off his feet to a certain degree. And he's still involved, defensively. And he's left-handed, be a little bit easier. I think he'd be pretty good there, but because he is pretty quick on his feet, I think he would be very good at first base, to be honest with you. And I'm not sold on Jared Young having a major role with this team next year. Let's calm down. This team is not a good team. Okay, he's a guy that's gonna be a role player. Okay, he's a guy that can help you, but he's not a guy that you look at. Oh, this guy's gonna hit. He's gonna hit 25 home runs next year. He's gonna drive in 100 runs. That's not gonna happen. He is a role player. He's 30 years old. What do you think you're going to get out of him? Not a lot. But if you play him certain times, play him a little in the outfield, play him first a little bit, he has played second base, DH him here and there, pinch hit him, get like 350, 400 at bats off for him, you'd be in great shape. But he's not a guy you want to surround yourself, center your team around. If you do that, you're in trouble. Okay? And this, again, you can't forget about this team, 14 games on the 500. And if you have him playing first, and they really screwed up last year to this year to where he's playing every day. That's a problem. Now, there are certain things that I like going into next year. Obviously, Bo Bichette has really gotten comfortable here. He's looked really good. He's getting his hits. He's driving his runs. We'll see if he opts back in. This is not a good free agent market, but we do have the lockout coming in, so that is something to consider. So I'm not sure where he's going to go. If he's going to stay, if he's going to opt out, because there's not a great free agent market this year. From Skubal, it is a big drop-off. And I was surprised to read this thing about Skubal, that they would be interested in him. Because just to the fact that he's going to want at least 8 years. He's going to want at least a max free deal in terms of years. Is the delicate genius going to want to do that? I don't know if he can stomach that. Because he's not showing any kind of wanting to give a big contract to a pitcher like that. And he's had an injury, obviously this year. I didn't mention in the last video, I kind of mentioned here and there, but Sato is an interesting idea for the Mets. The next big player coming out of Japan. He's a guy that interests me. I had to do a video on him a few months back on my second channel. He has, I think, about 30 home runs in Japan right now. So he's the next big player coming in. I was watching a little bit of the Yankee game. I saw Okamoto today. He's got 24 home runs, 71 RBIs. I really wanted the Mets to bring him in here, and they didn't do that. C'est la vie. But Sato's probably better than him, by the way. But we'll see. But so as we look at this team, obviously the bullpen took a hit by basically replacing everybody. And the Mets don't have a closer. They got Kodai Senga closing the games out, which is good. He's looked good. I mean, the first innings, when he's pitching the first inning, starting, he throws very hard, and then he can't duplicate that the second time around, second inning. So maybe it's good they put him out and have him close, and put Devin Williams as the setup man when he comes back. That's not the worst thing in the world. And they have him for a year. He puts up a big year. Hey, great. You know, I mean, that's something the Mets should think about. But I'm going to get ahead of myself. Still got to finish out the last 40 games now. Less than 40 games now. Was it 38 games now? Season went so fast. All the misery we had to deal with this year, and it's gone fast, which is good. You know, it's good, not bad. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned the Mets farm system. Again, they have some very good prospects, guys that are probably going to be very good players. But right now, I don't see anything that's going to be elite just yet. Maybe Stafora, maybe could be an all-star player. We've heard little bits and pieces of that with him. Do not get so enamored with Billy Amick. He's not really a top 30 prospect, but he strikes out a ton. I mean, with the first 8-9 games, he struck out 20 times. That seems like a lot. It seems like a lot to me. But I was very happy they brought in Jefferson Rojas because he's the top 100 prospect for Clay Holmes. Be interesting to see, just to look back in a little bit, if the Mets resign, bring back Clay Holmes. I know they like him a lot. He liked it here. But once you trade a player, most times the player does not go back to the team that traded him. So the odds of the Mets bringing him back are kind of slim just based on history of other players. And there'll be a lot of teams on him this time around wanting to have him start. So he has a lot of options for him. A ton of options. But, you know, we don't want to see the Mets lose. I mean, we're Met fans. We want to see the Mets win, play well, do what they got to do, and give us a good product. I don't want to hear anybody complaining about why they playing lousy for the first 4 months. It's a totally different team we have here. They're a hungry team. They're a younger team. They're a much more interesting team to watch. And it's all about being entertained. We weren't entertained for a while. Are you not entertained now with this group? I am. They're a lot better to watch. The better product right now. But hopefully you like this video. And of course, I'm on Facebook. Hopefully I can put this on Facebook. Sometimes when the videos are too long, they don't go on. And of course, thank you for watching it. Have a good day. We've got products on here on YouTube. Please check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.